Chapter 17. Welcome to our final chapter. Tonight we return home with Emma and Cory to celebrate Christmas with their family, forever changed by their magical journey on the Christmas Express. As they share their gifts and newfound wisdom, the true magic of Christmas comes full circle. The first golden rays of true sunlight danced through Emma's bedroom window, painting delicate patterns on her eyelids. For a breathless moment, she lay perfectly still, suspended between slumber and wakefulness, her mind adrift in the hazy realm between dreams and reality. Had the incredible odyssey of the night before been nothing more than an elaborate tapestry woven by her imagination? As consciousness slowly seeped into her bones, Emma unfurled her fingers. The cool, smooth surface of Grace's ornament nestled in her palm, its comforting weight a tangible testament to their magical adventure. Its facets caught the morning light, casting tiny rainbows across her room like whispers of Christmas magic. A soft, tentative knock at her door jolted Emma fully into the waking world. "Em?" Cory's voice filtered through, a delicate blend of excitement and lingering disbelief. "Are you awake?" "Come in," Emma called, her voice still husky with sleep as she sat up, the blankets pooling around her like a nest of warmth and comfort. Cory entered, his eyes wide with wonder, as if seeing the world anew. In his outstretched hand he held a tarnished button from a Civil War uniform, its brass surface dulled by time, yet still holding a hint of its former luster, seemed to whisper tales of courage and sacrifice. "It really happened, didn't it?" he asked, his voice barely above a whisper. Emma nodded, a smile blossoming across her face. She opened her hand to reveal Grace's ornament, its facets catching the morning light and casting miniature rainbows across the room. Then, with reverence, she reached for her bedside table, where Elizabeth's suffragette pin glinted proudly, a tiny beacon of progress and determination. As Emma and Cory compared their treasures, they carefully unwrapped a small, shimmering crystal sphere. Its surface swirled with miniature weather patterns, a gift from Dr. Amanda Chen that served as a poignant reminder of the Earth's delicate balance. "I still can't believe we held the world's climate in our hands," Cory murmured, his voice filled with awe and a touch of concern. Emma nodded, her eyes reflecting the sphere's shifting patterns. "It makes our responsibility to the planet feel so much more real." Beside the sphere lay a weathered hymnal, its pages marked with civil rights anthems. The book seemed to hum with the echoes of powerful voices raised in unity, a testament to Reverend Marcus Johnson's unwavering spirit. "Remember how it felt to sing with Reverend Johnson?" Emma asked, her fingers tracing the hymnal's worn cover. "I've never felt so connected to the power of music and community." Cory nodded, his expression thoughtful. It really brought home how the fight for equality is far from over. Reaching into their pockets with trembling fingers, they found the train ticket stubs, solid proof of their journey. Each crease and fold was a map of their extraordinary adventure, the ink slightly smudged as if reluctant to reveal all its secrets. And there, On the worn wooden floor, they spotted a set of tiny paw prints that seemed to appear and disappear, as if Pixie had bounded through the house, leaving a trail of stardust and wonder in her wake. You know, Cory said, his voice taking on a serious tone, we can't let all of this just become a memory. We need to keep living what we learned. Emma nodded. You're right. But how do we do that? Well, Cory mused, we could start by volunteering at the local animal shelter. That would honor Hannah's spirit of compassion and at the same time honor Pixie as our guide. And we could join the environmental club at school, Emma added. Dr. Chen would be proud of that. Maybe we could even start a history club, Cory suggested, to keep the stories of people like William and Elizabeth alive. As they continued to brainstorm ways to carry their lessons forward, a soft bark interrupted their conversation. They looked down to see Pixie, her eyes twinkling with an otherworldly light. Kids, breakfast is ready. Their mother's voice floated up the stairs, a warm melody that broke the spell of their shared reminiscence. The aroma of cinnamon and freshly brewed coffee wafted up, an irresistible call to join the family downstairs. As Emma and Cory made their way to the kitchen, they were acutely aware of how different everything felt, as if they were seeing their home through new eyes. The Christmas tree, which had always been a thing of beauty, now seemed to glow with an inner light. Each ornament became a repository of family history and love, a physical manifestation of the connections that bound them across time. Sarah looked up as they entered the kitchen, a puzzled expression dancing across her face. You two are certainly chipper this morning, she remarked, her voice tinged with pleasant surprise, and so cooperative. Matthew looked up from his tea, eyebrows arched in amused curiosity. The corners of his eyes crinkled with the ghost of a smile, betraying his delight at their unusual behavior. No arguments about who gets to open the first present? Who are you? And what have you done with Emma and Cory? Emma and Cory exchanged a knowing smile, their eyes twinkling with shared secrets. Let's just say we've gained a new perspective, Cory offered, his voice rich with newfound wisdom that seemed to transcend his years. As they sat down to a breakfast of cinnamon rolls that filled the air with a spicy sweet scent of home and hot chocolate that seemed to warm not just their bodies, but their very souls, Pixie hung around close, as much to catch random crumbs as to share the memory of their journey. When it came time to open presents, Emma and Cory approached the tree with a new reverence, appreciating the simple joy of giving in a way they never had before. The gifts they had chosen for their family members now held deeper meaning, each one carefully selected to reflect the profound lessons they had learned on their journey through time and spirit. For Matthew, Cory had found a rare book on local Civil War history. As Matthew unwrapped it, his eyes widened with genuine surprise and delight. The leather-bound tome seemed to whisper of William Anderson's sacrifice and the enduring strength of duty and honor. How did you know I've been looking for this? He asked, his voice thick with emotion. Emma presented her mother with a beautiful scarf, its intricate pattern reminiscent of the suffragette sashes Elizabeth Blackwell had shown them. As Sarah draped it around her neck, the soft fabric seemed to glow with the strength of generations of women who had fought for equality. "It's gorgeous," she murmured, running her fingers over the delicate weave. "And it feels special somehow." Cory had gone out of his way to find a set of reusable shopping bags and water bottles, each decorated with beautiful nature scenes. Dr. Chen taught us how important it is to take care of our planet, he said, his voice carrying a new sense of urgency. We thought these might help us all do our part. As they examined the gifts, visibly touched by the thoughtfulness behind them, Emma and Cory shared a knowing look. The lessons from their journey about equality, environmental responsibility, and so much more were not just memories to be treasured, but calls to action that would shape their lives and choices moving forward. The antique mirror in the hallway reflected more than just their own images. For a fleeting, magical moment, they could have sworn they saw the ghostly passengers of the Christmas Express smiling back at them, their faces etched with timeless wisdom and joy. During the traditional carol singing, Emma and Cory's voices rang out with particular enthusiasm, each song now layered with the rich context of history they had experienced firsthand. Silent Night took on a new poignancy as they remembered the Christmas truce William had described, while Deck the Halls seemed to echo with the determined voices of suffragettes celebrating hard-won victories. Their mother, watching them with a mixture of joy and wonder, caught the meaningful glances the siblings shared throughout the day. There was a profound change in their attitudes, a depth to their interactions that spoke of experiences beyond their years, as if they had returned from a long journey carrying wisdom in their hearts. "You know," she said softly to Matthew as they watched the children play a board game with none of their usual competitiveness, instead filled with laughter and camaraderie. "I can't quite put my finger on it, but something magical has happened to those two." Matthew nodded, a twinkle in his eye that seemed to reflect the sparkle of Christmas lights. "Whatever it is, I think it's exactly what Christmas is all about." As evening fell and the family gathered in the living room, the Christmas lights casting a warm, golden glow that seemed to embrace them all, there was a sense of peace and unity that transcended the ordinary. Emma and Cory, sitting side by side on the old leather couch, felt a familiar presence, a whisper of magic in the air. Suddenly Pixie wandered into the room, her diminutive form shimmering with starlight. To their astonishment, she spun and sat in front of the siblings, leaving trails of stardust in her wake. The room filled with a soft, melodious sound like the tinkling of distant sleigh bells. "Do you see that?" Sarah gasped, her eyes wide with wonder. Matthew nodded, speechless as they watched the magical display unfold before them. As Pixie sat, her voice echoed in their minds one last time. "Well done, young ones. You've not only learned the true meaning of Christmas, but have brought its spirit to your family. Remember, the magic of Christmas is always there, in every act of kindness, every moment of understanding, every bridge built between past and present. Your journey may have ended, but the adventure of keeping Christmas in your hearts has only just begun." With a final twirl, she vanished in a shower of golden sparks, leaving behind a single shimmering paw print on the carpet. As they sat together with Pixie, playing and sharing stories and laughter that seemed to weave a cocoon of love around them, Emma and Cory knew that while their extraordinary adventure on the Christmas Express had reached its final station, its impact would resonate through their lives for years to come. They had not only rediscovered the magic of Christmas, but had learned how to keep that magic alive in their daily lives, in the connections they forged with each other and the world around them. Outside, a light snow began to fall, blanketing the world in pristine white. Each snowflake, a tiny miracle of beauty and uniqueness, danced in the glow of streetlights before settling on the ground. The world seemed hushed, as if nature itself was pausing to reflect on the magic of the season. Just as they were about to turn in and find the cozy comforts of their beds, a faint whistle caught their attention. They rushed to the window where they saw in the distance the ghostly outline of a magnificent steam train. Its windows glowed with warm light, and as it passed, they could have sworn they heard the faint echo of laughter and music carried on the winter wind. "Was that?" Sarah began, her voice filled with awe. "The Christmas Express," Emma and Cory finished in unison, their faces glowing with the magic of the moment. As the train faded from view, disappearing into the snowy night, the family stood together, bound by the shared experience of witnessing something truly extraordinary. With hearts full of wonder and gratitude, they finally climbed the stairs to their bedrooms, knowing that while the Christmas Express might never again appear at their doorstep, its magic would live on in every act of kindness, every moment of understanding, and every bridge they built between the lessons of the past and the promise of the future. And as they drifted off to sleep, the faint echo of Pixie's laughter seemed to mingle with the whisper of falling snow, a lullaby of endless possibilities and the enduring magic of Christmas. Thank you for joining us on this magical journey aboard the Christmas Express. May the lessons of love, hope, and Christmas spirit stay with you throughout the year. From all of us at Rosewood Hollow, Merry Christmas, and may your own magical adventure never end. So, Pixie, did you like the story?